We are good to go. Let me bring the chat over for you. Let me make this the right size. Sorry, chat, we're just making some adjustments to the scene so we can see a few things at the same time. Let me bring the chat out. Okay. And pop that right here. No, not like that. Sorry. Can you still hear me, Dee?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, just making sure. Sorry, it's being a little wonky. Okay. Let's bring that down and let's do a quick test. Okay, yep. You should be able to see the chat too.
Yes.
Okay. All righty. And let's really quick check this. Are you able to read it?
Yes.
All righty. Then we are good to go.
All
All right,
right. I just
folks.
got sending Evmux a message. All righty.
Oh, I'm telling you, what a week.
It's only
Um,
Tuesday.
it is? Damn,
Yes.
it's only
Yes.
Tuesday.
Mm-hmm. All right. What do we have after this? You said there was a video?
No, we have an X post. I just wanted to make sure the video
Okay.
was good to go.
Okay.
All right, so picking up where we left off on bad driver stuff, we have
Wait,
this from, you sent this to me earlier today, or you told me to get this earlier
hold
today
on.
from Michigan, the
Hold on
Michigan
a
drive.
second.
Oh, sorry.
Something happened. Hold on a second.
Uh-oh.
Uh, hold on. Okay, you still there?
I'm still here.
Hey. All right, go ahead.
Okay. I was bringing up this X post. You sent it to me earlier, pertaining to the bad driver stuff. Evidently this driver was so bad, he was an illegal alien. ICE picked him up.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Go ahead.
I'm trying, my eye is not working. So on October 16th, at ice.gov and our partners in the Indiana State Police arrested Ahmed Neni, an illegal from Mauritania. I don't know where that is. The illegal had a commercial driver's license issued by the state of Michigan and said he had been employed by Zane Express, a trucking company in Dearborn. He illegally entered the U.S. on September 15th, 2023 in San Diego and was released by the Biden administration. He remains in ICE custody at the Joe Corley Processing Center in Conroe, Texas, pending immigration proceedings. Thanks to President Trump and Secretary Noam, Operation Midway Blitz has resulted in ICE's arrest of more than 140 illegal alien truck drivers in Indiana. The brave men and women of ICE and the Indiana State Police are working nonstop to get illegal aliens out of our communities and off our roads. And yes, this is a legitimate Michigan license. Holy
Mm.
shit. How did that happen?
So that's Whitmer.
Uh-huh. Governor
Gretchen Whit.
Whitmer
Yep. Yep.
and Shelby Township. Yep. I know where Shelby Township is. It was like 2 townships over. It's in Wayne County. Or no, Shelby Township is no. Shelby Township is not Wayne County. It is in Macomb County. My bad. It is near where my dad lived most of his life. I know the town. It's where the county courthouse is. Shit. It just ran out my head. Oh well. Anyways, it's in the northern part of Macomb County. Just know that it's above Sterling Heights. Um, yeah. But this is definitely, this shouldn't be allowed. And it says not for federal Real ID Act purposes. So it's only for the purpose of driving. You can't use it for anything else. Um, hey, what does the double D on this stand for? I can't remember. Hey, oh, Phil's here, but he's in the other room and I don't want to yell because I don't know what the double D stands for. And I'm wondering if that
Mm,
means double trailer, where they can, the tandem trailers. I don't know.
hmm, I don't know either.
Eh,
Some kind of number after it though.
yeah. It just alarms me that this was allowed. It was issued in on April 17th of this year, and it wasn't going due to expire until the 28th, 2028, sorry. So that would have given him 3 years of driving, making money illegally, and possibly risking the lives of others.
Yeah, the real ID is for and it became effective in November for most states. That if you do
My
not have
state's
a
one of them.
real ID, yeah, if you do not have a real ID license, that means you will not get on any airplane or you will not allowed to go into any federal building.
Have Phil come here for a minute. Um, yeah, that's mine is a real ID, I believe. Have you? Oh
Mm-hmm.
no, mine was standard. No, mine is real ID. If I'm not mistaken, mine is a real ID. I need Phil for a second. I need to know something about this driver's license that he would know.
There's nothing he doesn't know.
It's a commercial driver's license. Yes, he would know.
Oh, he would know.
Oh my God, serious? Oh, y'all heard it. I said, tell him to come here. He would know this. He wouldn't know nothing. Oh, yes, he would. Sorry. Oh, he's in the shower? Okay, well, I'll get the info later and update later. But y'all heard my family. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that kind of irritates me. And the state of Michigan has been a problem for a long time, a really long time. And I've never heard of Zane Express right here, but it must be a newer company because I don't recall it from when I lived in Michigan. So, yeah, basically, Michigan's fucked up. Um, on to the next, I guess, since Phil's in the shower. Um, I want to make sure you can see in here because I'm not sure quite what this is about. Oh, come on, no buffering, please. Love
Happening
me.
now, lawmakers are heading back to Washington for
Yes,
a vote
ma'am.
aimed at ending
Awesome.
the longest
Finally,
government
something that
shutdown in
works.
U.S. history.
Can
The
you
House
turn the
Speaker Mike
volume up a
Johnson
little?
says he wants the House back in session
Their volume
tomorrow. It
is
will be their
maxed.
first meeting,
You
by
might
the
have to
way,
turn it up
in
on
some 54
your end,
days.
possibly, or
I'm
let me
joined
see.
now by the
I
House
know what it's
Democratic
about.
leader,
That's okay. I
Hakim
didn't know if the
Jeffries.
audience.
Leader Jeffries, thanks so much for joining
But
us.
let me
What are you hearing
actually
about
play
when
with
the
this
House
for
will
a
vote
second.
on this bill to reopen the federal government?
Well, good morning. Great to be with you, Wolf. Great to be with you, Pamela. Great to be back on the Situation Room. Let me first just say we express our
That's
heartfelt
good.
gratitude and appreciation to all of our veterans, our men and women who have worn the uniform. Thankful for their service, their sacrifice, and continuing to give us the freedom that we cherish here in this country. So our expectation that the House will vote at some point tomorrow, and House Democrats will strongly oppose any legislation that does not decisively address the Republican healthcare crisis. We want to reopen the government. We'll continue to stand by our hardworking federal employees and civil servants, but we have a responsibility to make sure that we extend the Affordable Care Act tax credits so that tens of millions of Americans don't experience dramatically increased healthcare costs that's going to prevent them from being able to see a doctor when they need one.
As you know, the bill that will be on the House floor would fund the federal government until the end of January, some key agencies through the end of next year. What do you see happening on January 30th?
Well, I think what's going to be important over the next few weeks, once this issue is resolved relative to this particular piece of legislation, is that on December 31st, the Affordable Care Act tax credits expire. And dozens of House Republicans have been claiming over the last few weeks that they know that is something that needs to be addressed. And now we're going to have to see some action, or whether it was just talk from these House Republicans, because Democrats are going to continue to stay in the arena as it relates to dealing with the healthcare crisis that Republicans have visited on the American people. Understand
Okay,
that
stop
this
there,
year
Secretary
Republicans
Casey.
have enacted.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, since Obamacare, also known as the supposed Affordable Care Act, is concerned,
Mm-hmm.
we've already discussed this, but if you're listening for the very first time, this Obamacare was to be the saving grace and help the American people with health care. Those costs have done nothing but rise
Yes, ma'am.
every single year. And it
It's
is
been
the
uncalled
exact
for.
same rate as if you would contact your insurance carrier yourself, save yourself a headache. You might want to nab around on the website, but once you decide who you're going with, call the carrier yourself directly and make those arrangements. Because if it's $800 on Obamacare, it's $800 from the insurance company.
Mm-hmm. It's a
It's
mess.
ridiculous. That's
It,
putting
it
it
was
mildly.
absolute waste of time. It was a waste of time,
And
waste of money, waste of taxpayer dollars.
yes, ma'am.
It's just, that's why my kids and my ex-husband don't have insurance right now. Cannot afford it. And it's not right.
I hear you. I pay a lot of money because of being self-employed and not me, but
Mm-hmm.
in construction, and it is off the chain.
Yeah.
Ab-
And I can't imagine what you
absolute
guys pay for like workman's comp and stuff if they get hurt on the job. Oh God. That's terrifying.
between workers' comp and liability, it's over $2,000 a month. Health insurance is close to $1,500 a month, and
Oh,
that
ouch.
$1,500 is for two people, and it used to be the middle of the line package. They gave you, here's how ours named it: bronze, silver, or gold.
Yeah.
It used to be silver. Now I think it's cheap metal.
It's pyrite.
It's nickel. It's the nickel program that makes everything turn green once it wears off.
Yeah. Absolutely appalling the way our healthcare system has gone. Oh, Blue
It used to
Rose.
be other. Hey, Blue, thanks for coming back. Used to be that other countries were the uh, problem. Now
Mm-hmm.
we're the problem. And it's
It's not
so
right.
bad, so don't forget, they're now bringing in doctors that do not have to have American uh,
Medical license.
medical licenses. Yeah, make sense. So from
Not
now on,
okay.
you wanna check credentialing.
Mm-hmm. And that's sad. We shouldn't have to.
No?
We should be okay with the doctors. Should be able to trust them right up.
Right.
Not this nonsense.
I don't get it.
I don't either, but I'm not thrilled with it. I don't like it at all. But how do we get out of
Okay,
it?
let them keep yapping. I know, let them keep yapping.
Alrighty.
the largest cut to Medicaid in American history. This is after Donald Trump promised in late January to love and cherish Medicaid. And we know that hospitals and nursing homes and community-based health centers are closing all across the country. And now, because of the Republican refusal to extend the Affordable Care Act tax credits, there's a risk over the next few weeks
Okay, now
that tens
stop
of
there
millions of
because he's
Americans
lying right
will.
there again.
Okay.
Okay, so the rural issue has to do with them and wanting to have the monies come back in more towards the city and given more towards the illegal. So they want to fund, they want all of these programs to go away for us to give the Dems $1.5 trillion.
Yep.
The Medicaid program. You want to know what the cuts to Medicaid are? All the illegal. And we will have those stats later. They're taking them off that program.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. They're not allowed to be on it because you're not an American citizen.
Yeah, which makes sense. I mean, if you're not an American citizen, why are you getting our medical coverage?
Same way, why are you getting the food stamps?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here we go. I'm getting worked up again. Shut up, D.
I get it.
I already listened to him twice. A third time might just
It's okay. We've
send it
only
over
got a
the
few
edge.
more minutes.
All right.
We'll get through a little bit longer, and about the time your hair starts coming out in clumps, just let me know. I'll stop, and we'll go to the next thing. All right.
Will not be able to afford their health care. We're talking about working class Americans, middle class Americans, and everyday Americans. That's why Democrats are continuing to fight hard on their behalf.
But as you know, in the Senate, 7 Democrats and 1 independent who caucuses with the Democrats, they actually broke ranks to advance the funding bill, a 60-40 vote. They needed 60 votes. They got the 60 votes. The Republicans, with one exception, all voted for it. We spoke with one of those Democrats who caucus with one of those Democrats, Angus King, about why he decided to accept the Republican plan.
A lot of collateral damage was happening. People's lives were being hurt. If the tactic isn't working, and there were no prospects that it was going to work, then let's move on, not make a lot of other people suffer in order to get a goal that wasn't attainable.
Angus
That was
King
smart
of
Democrat.
Independent.
Hold up. That was probably the smartest thing I've heard from a Democrat in the last 10 years.
Right.
Holy shit. A Democrat actually made sense.
But they're calling for all of those that broke ranks to be primaried.
Yeah. Well, that's their problem. That's their party. That's for them to deal with. Not my circus, not my monkeys.
Mm-hmm.
I can't stand the Democrats right now. And when a handful say logically, okay, this tactic's not working, let's figure something else out, and they get all mad about it. The rest of them get mad. It's like, that shows you where there are Democrats that are willing to negotiate. Those are better Democrats than the ones who are refusing to negotiate something. They're messed up.
Let's see, AOC said it, and so did that, what is her name? We played her. I can't think of the other rep's name. And they basically said, that they were using this as leverage.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't care about you.
Yeah.
Go back and listen to some of our videos. They don't care. They came out and said the quiet part out loud.
Yep.
They did this for leverage.
Yes, they did.
And I told you guys that the Republicans were going to probably hold out and ultimately cave, because I believe they did, when you know some of the things that are in the bill, like this whole thing with the Capitol Police and $235 million. This is new appropriation.
Yeah, no.
New appropriations, 235 for security for the Senate and the congressmen and women. And then $835 million is going to Capitol Police.
Yep.
For what? Let them pay their own.
Phil just walked in. On a Michigan CDL, there's two D's in the lower left corner. What does it stand for?
Two D's
Yeah.
in the lower left corner?
Yes. Here, I'll show you. Come look. I'm just backtracking for 1 second. What does this double D down here mean?
Double endorsement.
Oh, he's double endorsed?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what we needed to know. Okay, thank you.
So he can pull doubles.
Oh, he can pull the tandem trailers then?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so that jackass could pull two trailers at the same time.
Two pup trailers like on UPS yard.
Okay. But back to what we were. I just didn't want to hold you too long, Phil. But so back to this with the Democrats. Sorry for the sidetrack. I just wanted to get that information in. I don't know. Did the what you said that they caved on the Capitol Police?
Okay,
and
they have to okay, not the people that were laid off, but the ones that he fired. He has to bring them back and give them back pay. Yeah. Not the ones that have been, like the air traffic controllers, or we laid you off, or you're off on the shutdown. The fired ones he has to bring back.
But he fired them before the shutdown, didn't he?
Yes, he did. He has to bring them back. And there's other stuff.
Does that include the one that's everybody thinks is the pipe bomber for January 6th?
Oh, probably. Probably. You mean
I don't know,
Capitol
was she
Hill
fired
police
or was she
officer?
still in?
I'm not sure what they did with her. If she just quit, or if I was her, I would have just quit and not been fired. But we'll have to wait and see about that.
Yeah, I don't know what her employment status is with Capitol Police or DC Police.
Yeah.
That was
yeah. I've had, everybody knows my stance on this. I know that there's a struggle for anybody that received SNAP, other welfare type benefits, WIC. You would need to go to your church, your family and friends, perhaps communities could get together and help out one another. This is what churches used to do back in the day, was to help people. We needed to get to an additional, 29 days. And in 29 days, he could have fired legitimately 750,000 workers. Now, again, I'm sorry that they would be laid off. It's happened to me twice. The idea that I hear everybody, all of you say, we need to shrink government. We need to reduce government. I'm sick of how big the federal government is. I'm just tired of it.
And then when we do it, everyone cries about it.
Crybabies. Big crybabies. Because nobody will stand up and say, you have to take the bullet. You have to take the bull by the horns. Not the bullet, because then you wouldn't be able to get the work done. I meant it by bull by the horns, is that sometimes really hard decisions have to be made.
Yes.
And doing the jobs that I've done in HR and in police and some other things, there have been some really difficult decisions that have to be made every day. Do any of you care about any of the American workers? People get laid off every single day. People get called into the office on a Friday and say, you know what, it was nice knowing you, goodbye.
Here's your check,
the
bye.
The place my daughter-in-law is working at right now, that they're sending jobs overseas. Do you know that they called in two workers went to work one day? They laid them off within the hour. They made them come to work for an hour.
They could have handled that over the phone.
Yeah, they could have did it on a Friday when they were walking out the door, any day.
You can't tell me they didn't know it before that day started.
No, they logged in, started to work, blah, blah, blah.
Bull crap.
They called in and said, you're being laid off.
That's bullshit.
So it happens every day to hundreds of people, thousands of people. A
Yep.
whole industry goes down. You know, a manufacturing facility goes down. Poof, 750 people laid off. Look at the auto workers up in Detroit.
They
Poof,
often get
be
laid
gone.
off every year. There's a mass
Yeah.
layoffs of hundreds of people for a certain period of time, usually when they're fighting the frickin' unions.
Mm-hmm.
I lived up there. My
And
dad worked at a place that made automotive parts to go to the big three, and they would lay off for a couple weeks
yeah,
at a time. Yeah.
because it's a trickle down effect. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
In I worked manufacturing. Everybody, now when you took this job, everybody took the same vacation week and the same vacation week between Christmas and New Year's. The
Yep.
facility shut down. If you
And
didn't
you
have,
go ahead.
some time saved, they gave you some personal time for sickness and that.
Uh-huh.
If you didn't have that time saved, you did not get paid and you did not collect unemployment.
My dad, when he was working factories, he would sometimes volunteer a few days during that week between Christmas and New Year's to
To give to somebody else.
no,
Mm-hmm.
actually to do some cleaning. He would get lesser
Oh, okay.
pay than his usual. And we, even Danny and I have
Oh,
done this
to,
when we worked in factories,
yeah,
where we would stay and help the cleaning crew go through and do the mass cleaning of the
right,
factory during the shutdown. Um,
right.
you can do that option also, but you're not going to get your full wages.
Right.
Newsflash. But
Yeah,
my
you'll
dad,
get the wage that the job yeah, you'll get the
my,
wage of that job.
my dad walked into one factory. He's like, just so you know, I'm not doing overtime. I'm not doing holidays, and you can forget having me come in for cleaning days. This was the last job he ever worked. And they're like, okay,
Yeah.
done deal. And everyone's like, oh, we got to stay for overtime. Where are you going? He's like, it was part of my contract. What contract?
Uh-huh.
When you get hired, you are making a contract with your employer. You can negotiate these things at that
That's
time.
correct. Yep.
Yes.
You can still do that.
You
Doesn't
can,
mean it's going to
yep.
get you anywhere, but you can ask, but most places are going to tell you no.
Well, my dad got
But
lucky and they let him
yeah,
take he's like, I want this much an hour. This is what I can only work these days. Don't expect me to do overtime. Don't expect me on this, that, or the other. And they're like, okay. And he worked there for like 10 or 15 years before retiring.
Who?
Grandpa.
mhm.
Oh. Holy crap, that guy looks like a landlord with glasses.
I don't know if y'all heard my son.
No.
This guy right here that I'm circling,
Well,
my son
yeah,
says
we'll
it looks
live
like our
here.
landlord, but with glasses. And he's not wrong. Sorry. Thank you for the wonderful disruption. Now get out. We're still live. But yeah, people, you can negotiate your contracts with your work. Oh, are you still there, Dee?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. It went really quiet, and I wasn't sure if maybe you muted yourself for something or what.
No.
You want me to hit play, or do we want to jump to the next topic?
Yeah, that's basically it on that. Let's go to the next one.
A little bit more. Could Democrats end up the victors? Is that what it says?
Yes.
Okay. We'll hit play. Gonna take a minute to buffer. Hopefully not long.
A curveball win for Democrats in Utah overnight, where a district judge ordered the Republican legislature to draw a new congressional map, but not protecting the 4 Republican-held districts as they hoped. Instead, they have to create a Dem-leaning district in the currently divided Salt Lake County. Now, you can see that could directly impact Republican Blake Moore. That one seat, plus 5 in California, puts Democrats at 6 possible gains going into 2026. Republicans are favored in 9 possible seats from redistricting so far. But the desire to add states to the map is very present on both sides of the aisle. And we're going to talk about that right now. And Phil Mattingly, I just want to put back up on the screen the states that we've been talking about. And obviously, as we said, it started with Texas. But you have Democrats trying to, or they will have gains likely in California and Utah, GOP in Texas, Missouri, Ohio, and North Carolina. Then, particularly in the wake of the elections last week, Maryland, Illinois, and Virginia. That's one to watch with the elections. And the pressure is mounting on Indiana, Florida, and Nebraska.
I think if you flash back to when everything started moving on the Texas front, Democrats would be quite stunned at where they are right now, but also in particular what they've seen over the course of the last week. Obviously, you had Prop 50 in California, which was a huge win, poured a bunch of money into it. Everybody seemed to know where that was going to go, given the month leading up to it. But then you also have Kansas deciding not to go further down a path that would have eliminated a Democratic seat. You have Virginia starting to move forward on their potential efforts to do so. Ohio's really important. There was like a pragmatic bipartisan solution to maps on that front that could have been much worse for Democrats if it had gone another way. And then you have Utah. This has been just a string of, if not victories, then at least play them to a wash moments for Democrats that I think a couple months ago we're looking around going, this is a huge, huge problem for us in the midterms.
Oh, good. It was short. So it looks like the Democrats are not as well off as they're trying to claim, but they're trying to push for it, is what it looks like.
Well, everybody has done the redistricting.
Mm-hmm.
Not quite sure how I feel about all of that. Why can't, just like we talked about kids going to this neighborhood they live in, why can't it just be the district? Why do we even, wow.
Yeah. Everything's a mess. It really is.
Yeah, it is. It's not, I'm not the politician. I'm not to come up with the ideas. This back and forth redistricting, both sides do it. The Dems way more often than the Republicans do. Like I said, they're always up on their shit. They have the game played. And Republicans, you need to, take a game out of their playbook and let's start running with it. If not, take a look at the chart. Do you guys even watch the opposition to know that you're getting behind the 8 ball?
Well,
I mean, this is absolutely ridiculous.
There's 13 counties in Oregon that are wanting to break away and become part of Idaho. I have a video on that if we ever when we get time. It's not a priority thing.
Well, there is a mountain separating them from and regular Oregon.
I know, honey.
Yep.
Why are you watching CNN?
Because they had an important thing. That's why we watched CNN for a minute.
Dear God,
but they still spun it the wrong way because, I mean, when Oregon, they have their own counties wanting to cut away. And this is something that hasn't happened since, well, Virginia and West Virginia during the Civil War.
South Dakota.
They were automatically set up as two separate states when it came to they had to, it was something about the population and the size of the state. They cut it in half. But, when there's counties, like even in Illinois, there's a bunch of counties that want to become part of Indiana or make their own state separate from Illinois.
Is Illinois really that bad?
Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a mess. There are a lot of states that are blue that are only blue because of the major city. And most people do not want that ever, anywhere near them. So they're stuck with trying to, figure out how do I get represented when the city outnumbers the rural and we don't get represented right.
Right.
So,
and that's
that is something that's coming up.
Yeah, that's what Canada's doing with the two provinces that want to break away from Canada. They produce a large a majority of goods, and it gets sent over to the East Coast, and yet they're taxed out the hilt, and their representation, they don't listen to what they say. or ask. So they're in the same boat.
Yeah. A lot of places are starting to say, screw this, and we are taking votes and petitions on it. Yeah.
However, New York City, remember, you don't get to petition. You got the Zofran for 4 years. Sorry.
Y'all get what you voted for. I do not feel bad for you unless you were the one who lost your choice of somebody else.
Today is week 1 of the election, by the way. How are you guys all feeling right now about your choice? Because we hear something and a little something he's been doing, that he's had to go back and hold his hand out to ask you for more money out of your pocket in cash.
Because Kathy Hochul said, I ain't funding no free buses.
Where's that coming from?
Vanilla pie sounds like the main reason for the American Civil War. Yes.
Exactly.
This had been the main reason, despite what history books like to say that it was slavery, it was actually not.
Yeah, we've been talking about that. Yeah, we've been talking about that. Do we go north to south or east to west this time? I say we split the country right down the middle. Build a big wall with one door, maybe 2. You know, if you can swim through the Gulf of America. Yeah, if you can swim through the Gulf of America or cross the Canadian border, then we'll see. We'd have
but those might get walled off. Those might get walled off soon.
Yep.
And then we'll be a prison country.
Yes, we will. It's getting to be where we're split pretty much depending on the day. You know, 50-49, 51-48. But we don't agree. After, we just don't agree. How's that going to work out?
I don't see it working out well.
Neither do I.
I really just don't see this working. So I say we take the libtards and the extreme rights, we throw them into a state or two, and let them duke it out while the rest of us go about life.
Or we just send all the intellectually inefficient people to Antarctica unless they're out of the very same place.
All right. What's up next?
Next, my son being goofy. I'm sorry, I couldn't even repeat it as fast as he
haven't. Well, yes, ma'am. The Supreme Court extends its order blocking full SNAP payments with the shutdown potentially near an end. On Tuesday, that was today, the U.S. Supreme Court extended a short-term order allowing the Trump administration to withhold full November Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program payments as Congress works on reopening the federal government. After the government shutdown, the Trump administration cut off SNAP funding following October, sparking lawsuits and conflicting October 31 lower court rulings requiring at least partial funding. States including North Carolina and Texas sent partial benefits, while Pennsylvania sent full benefits on Friday. Jim Malliard is down to $10, residing on rice and ramen, and missing a $350 monthly payment. The U.S. Senate on Monday passed a bill to reopen the government that would replenish SNAP funds, and the House of Representatives could vote as early as Wednesday, potentially ending legal disputes and restarting benefits for 42 million Americans. The administration argued in court filings Monday that only Congress can end the crisis. Solicitor General D. John Sauer said, while a coalition blamed USDA delays and Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson dissented.
I'm eating rice with a little bit of leftover chicken breast and corn mixed together. And he's going to complain that he's down to rice and ramen. That's what we've been living on for the better part of a year.
Well, we won't talk about how many times a day I have ramen.
Like my entire family
And it
lives on
used to be,
this most of the year.
yeah, it used to be 10 cents a pack. It's on sale for 47 cents a pack.
Oh God, it's gotten so expensive.
Yeah. And it, celery
Mm-hmm.
is normally $2.17. It's on sale for 97 cents. Do you remember when it was 69 cents?
I remember when I could get it like for 50 cents in some areas.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Cucumbers, 3 for $1. A
Uh-huh.
dollar each or more now.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I used to make a salad. It had, everything in it. Now a salad consists of lettuce, cucumber, and tomato.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I make it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having breakfast. We haven't had it for a while because I haven't grocery shopped in a month. So we would have breakfast for dinner, eggs
Mm-hmm.
and potatoes or eggs and toast.
Yep.
And meanwhile, back on the ranch, people eating steak and don't get me started.
I know. Sorry, a piece of rice just went into my lungs. I apologize, but it is annoying. I mean, and my ex-husband works his ass off. My kids are looking for work. We don't qualify for food stamps. This is what we just live on to get by, to pay our bills.
Mm-hmm.
That's not right. The cost of food should
You
not be that out of control.
know, I used to laugh and say when I was an old lady living by myself, I'd probably have to live off of canned cat food, pate, and crackers.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez. What used to be 72 cents for a box of crackers is over $2.50. And don't get me
Basic
started
saltine
on pet
crackers are
food.
running $3 and some
Yeah.
change down here.
Yeah, don't get me started on the cost of pet food.
Mm-hmm.
It is outrageous. I couldn't afford canned cat food
Yeah, no
to
one
live
can
off.
right now. Cats
Yeah.
actually cost more than human food sometimes.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Can of tuna, a little bit of mustard, um,
Yep.
grab a cracker and slap it on the cracker. There you go. There's
Mm,
your meal.
there you go. Yep.
Absolutely getting
So
out of hand. um, what time is it? I lost track. Oh, we still got about 20 minutes.
okay.
Unless you want to go a little longer today, in which case it doesn't matter. But yeah.
Up to you.
Next. Oh, the Chicago mayor be asking the United Nations to intervene and stop ICE.
Right.
What the hell is this about? Let me hit play on this because I have no clue.
Mayor Brandon Johnson is asking the United Nations to intervene to stop your operations. Here is what he said before the UN Human Rights Council. Listen to this.
The federal government's immigration enforcement has been marked by violence and an assault on the dignity of all Chicagoans. I call on this council to hold the federal government of the United States to the same standards of accountability.
Hold on. Should I show him that post you sent earlier that wasn't blurred about
Yeah,
Chicago?
you can. Yes, but huge warning when you go to play it.
I'm not going to hit play. I'm just going to show the post.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Yeah, and then go ahead. That's fine.
Let me show you guys what's going on in Chicago.
Right.
From right here.
Oh, finish
Hold up.
this. Yeah, finish this. Wait, finish this video up.
I am.
Idiot. Yeah.
Idiot.
Uh-huh.
One second.
I'm
just copying the link and getting it ready.
Okay.
You apply elsewhere in the world. No country should be above international law. I urge the Human Rights Council to consider additional measures of accountability, including a special session to examine the worsening human rights crisis in the United States.
Tom, this is just pure lunacy, but what is your reaction to all of that?
He just proved he's not that smart, right? I mean, asking the United Nations to talk, interfere with ICE enforcing U.S. law, it's like asking an arsonist how to stop a fire, because the UN, remember, the IOM, the part of the UN, helped fund the mass migration during the Biden administration 4 years, spending millions upon millions of dollars helping that migration, international migration, come to the United States. So, the United Nations is not going to tell President Trump what to do. President Trump was put in office on the promise of making this country safe again, on the promise of having the historic deportation operation. That's exactly what America is getting. Every criminal alien ICE and Border Patrol takes off the street makes this country safer. We have the most secure border in the history of the nation right now because of leadership of President Trump, the men and women of the Border Patrol, and because ICE. What ICE is doing in the interior every day, they've sent a message across the globe. Don't spend your life savings, cross the border illegally, think you're going to get away in the United States. Because of what ICE is doing, people aren't spending their life savings, putting themselves in harm's way. Thousands of people aren't dying making that journey. Thousands of Americans aren't dying from fentanyl because of that secure border. But the actions of the interior, the ICE and Border Patrol, has a lot to do why we have the most secure border in the history of this nation today.
And you're doing such a great job, Tom. Kevin Cork here. You're all
Exactly. Now,
And that's the thing that the liberals are squawking about, is that they're doing their job. And again, it's the sometimes hard decisions that need to be done. Okay. So even with the picture, it'll be obvious to the viewers what kind of is happening. If you have small children in the room, just please remove them. When you
and
watch
that's why I haven't
this
scrolled
video,
down. Reading it
right,
alone is
right,
enough.
and it's
So I'll protect everyone from scrolling down. But yeah, dead body laying in the streets of Chicago, no police in sight, nobody even stops. Meanwhile, they're asking the United Nations to stop ICE when they can't stop this shit from happening. If that don't piss you off, something should. Or something's wrong with you. I don't know which, but I mean, come on. He's asking them to stop ICE, but they can't stop the gang violence. This just pisses me off.
Right.
No, I wasn't going to scroll down. They can go look this up. It'll be in the description.
No, so that was Mayor Brandon that you heard. This is Pritzker now talking.
Yeah, for this. But it's Chicago.
Right,
the
but
governor
I'm saying,
and the mayor don't want to fix the city.
Right, plus Illinois in general, and Pritzker saying everything is under control.
Where?
Remember we showed the video of him walking along the riverside, saying how safe it was?
Failing to show his security team a few feet back.
Right. That whole area has been on the waterfront there. It was a huge outdoor mall type situation. Most places have pulled out. It's a shame. And in the picture, the fact not only were there no police on site, but nobody even stopped is appalling. And that tells you just how bad.
They could be the next victim if they stop.
This is true. However, what happened to if you live there, there, but, we say, be a good Samaritan or whatever.
Yeah. No one gives a shit in Chicago.
Yeah.
But they want the UN to come in and stop ICE. What about the gangs? What about the illegals? What about the drugs there? What about the violence in general there?
And the citizens that have to live there.
What is okay about this?
A shame.
And for that jackass to call on the United Nations? I'm sorry. You're an idiot.
Weren't they supposed to help with the what you call it, the Ukraine-Russian war? Weren't they supposed to? Yeah,
Yep. Mm-hmm. Which is still
that
going
was
on.
good, right?
But yeah, that one actually pissed me off, and which is why I kind of wanted to throw it in right after that Chicago idiot bullshit. What he just said.
Right.
That pisses me off. Next is Mamdani facing criminal referral over alleged foreign donations. That was October 28th.
Yeah, we knew
Oh,
that. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say I can hit play. If you want to listen to
That's
it instead
fine.
of read it.
That's fine.
Okay.
Mamdani faces criminal referrals over alleged foreign donations to NYC mayoral campaign. First on Fox. With 1 week until Election Day in New York City, a campaign finance watchdog group, the Coolidge-Reagan Foundation, filed 2 criminal referrals against Democratic mayoral nominee Zoran Mamdani on Tuesday, claiming he received illegal contributions from foreign donors. But the Mamdani campaign maintains that any issue regarding financial contributions has been resolved. A review of finance reports earlier this month revealed that Mamdani's campaign had accepted nearly $13,000 from at least 170 donors from outside the United States, raising questions about his campaign's financial compliance, as only U.S. citizens or permanent legal residents are permitted to contribute to American political campaigns. These are not isolated incidents or clerical errors. Dan Backer, a national campaign finance expert and president of the Coolidge-Reagan Foundation, told Fox News Digital. This was a sustained pattern of foreign money flowing into a New York City mayoral race, which is a clear violation of both federal law and New York City campaign finance rules. Mamdani's campaign was on notice for months that it was accepting illegal foreign contributions, and yet it did nothing meaningful to stop it. However, the Mamdani campaign said that 31 of the 170 donors have proven their citizenship or legal permanent residence and have been deemed permissible by the Campaign Finance Board, and the remaining 139 have had their donations refunded. CRF sent the criminal referrals to Assistant Attorney General Matthew R. Gagliotti of the U.S. Department of Justice's Criminal Division and Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg on Tuesday morning, citing potential violations of the Federal Election Campaign Act, which makes it unlawful to accept or receive contributions from foreign nationals in any federal, state, or local election. While foreign nationals are not permitted to donate to American political candidates under campaign finance law, U.S. citizens and lawful permanent residents living abroad can legally contribute to U.S. campaigns, which means that not all of Mamdani's donations from addresses outside the U.S. are necessarily from foreign nationals, a state campaign finance official indicated. The law is crystal clear that foreign nationals may not participate in American elections, and that includes making contributions. Yet,
I have a question.
Doctor,
Yep, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
I was wondering, like, if this was all filed before he became mayor, how long is it going to take to actually see something done about it?
He'll be out of office.
So it's a waste of money.
Maybe, yeah, maybe at the end of year 2, beginning of end of 3, going into 4, because you know how quick they move. And that'll
Yeah.
be millions of dollars. Then again,
It seems kind of wasteful.
but y'all voted for him.
They get what they deserve, but what is the point in filing charges of some sort or complaints or whatever what was it they filed? 2 criminal referrals. They filed criminal referrals. Now, if it was Trump's name, they would have jumped on that stat.
Uh-huh.
If it was a Trump person, they would have jumped on its stat. This could drag out forever.
Yeah, because that's just a referral.
Mm-hmm.
That the DOJ has to do the investigating and deem is it worthy or not.
Yeah, the Attorney General.
Why? And again, Here's another. This is what, the third one now that we've seen. I think there were two last week. There was the Jewish Foundation, and then that guy wrote a big report. There's
Yep.
a third one now. 3 groups at the last minute did something to try to stop them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if that isn't procrastination, I don't know what is.
And again, I don't know, like I said, the full details of like how big of a team they were working with, how much they were digging through, but the fact that there was even 170 donors that from outside the United States, some might have been citizens, some might not have. We don't know. And they already
Well,
said that some of it had, that they claimed they refunded the people who weren't citizens. They claim. I want to
mhm,
see proof.
right.
I just, why so little? Why so late? Did it really take that long from the time he announced he
Nope.
was running till
I
now?
say no. I say no. Minimally, the $40 million issue, or even this issue right here, the 13,000. I don't know what what's the threshold that they have to be able to, um is there, well, if they're saying no donors, does that mean when you find one, you can raise the red flag and say, "Oh, I find a donor, I find a donor." I don't know how that out of the country
But they
all
threw
works.
Dinesh D'Souza in jail for accidentally paying too much to someone he supported.
Right. Yep. I
For how
forgot about
long
that.
was he in jail? 2, 3 years?
I'm not sure. I don't recall. I don't think it was that long. We'd have to look that up. But I
Yeah.
forgot about him. Correct. They did get
Hmm.
him. Mm-hmm.
And that was on a local election, not even a federal one.
Yeah, I wonder why uh something was even, I don't know,
I don't know
done
why they
about
wouldn't
it.
just let him take some of his money back and say, oops, my bad. I won't do it
Exactly.
again.
Yeah,
It was a first time offense.
exactly.
It's not like he does it every election.
Right.
But these
Right.
jackasses went overboard because he was a Republican voter. And I do believe
Right.
that is a discriminatory thing that they did use against
Mm-hmm.
him.
Yep.
It's like, why can't they be that picky with Democrats?
Right.
Kind of one sided there, the way their hypocrisy goes, to say the least.
Yes, ma'am.
Um, do we want to continue listening in on this, or is it? I have a
No,
feeling
I
it might
think we
just
can,
repeat.
yeah, it's the same. Right.
Yeah, how most articles are written these days to repeat themselves.
Right. Right.
Um, we're at 6 minutes to 9 your time. Do you want to keep going, or do you want to call it?
Yeah, we can go over a little bit. What do you have up next?
Well, we can either cover the what is it, 11-minute video of the View, or we can just go over a few more articles that are older.
No, let's do the View. That's current and up to date, and maybe people could have a laugh or two.
Yeah, I think you know what's really sad is it's an echo chamber. The whole damn
Well,
table
yeah.
is an echo chamber.
And not right, and not only that, but you have people that watch this every single day and believe exactly everything that these women have to say.
Which is bullcrap, in my opinion.
Uh-huh. Many
I
times they have their yeah, many times they're handed a card. Uh, Four Corners wrote something I can't see. My
Dinesh
full
D'Souza sentenced in Manhattan court for 5 years of probation for
okay.
campaign fraud, finance fraud. Thank you, Four Corners. U.S. seeks up to 16 months of prison in Dinesh D'Souza. Yeah, it was kind of fucked up what they did.
Mm-hmm.
My personal opinion. They had no right to do that to him.
I mean, let's go check all the senators and congresspeople.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's hit play to this. I had to move my character over. I'll move it back when we're done. I kind of had to, because it's hard to see.
Negotiate to extend healthcare subsidies that are about to expire. But last night, 8 Senate Democrats threw in the towel by siding with the GOP to advance a vote that could lead to the government reopening. And they tried to explain themselves to their unhappy colleagues. Take a look.
I understand that not all of my Democratic colleagues are satisfied with this agreement, but waiting another week or another month wouldn't deliver a better outcome.
This agreement tonight is a win for the American people. There was zero chance of dealing with the ACA issue as long as the shutdown continued. Now, I don't know, 50-50, but there's a lot better chance now than there was this morning.
This was a very, very bad vote. And what the election showed is that the American people want us to stand up to Trumpism, to his war against working class people, to his authoritarianism. That is what the American people wanted. But tonight, that is not.
Is that his staff clapping?
So,
no, that was their audience.
50-50 chance of negotiating health care subsidies. I just remember all of the people who are coming in and hoping that people would vote them in and say, yes, you can be this person, or you can be a judge, or you can be this. And they all said, no, we're not going to mess with anything. No, we're going to leave everything as it was. I have no faith that they're going to negotiate and come back to the table. And you know, I'm glad that folks, maybe, because again, we have seen, you say this is going to happen and then it doesn't happen.
Right.
So surprise me and show me that this is really, that people are going to get their money, that people are going to get the money that they are entitled to. It's not a gift.
Right.
They're entitled to this money during the show.
Yes.
Entitled and not a gift.
Oh, she's talking about the federal employees who have been working without pay during the government shutdown. They're supposed to get back pay.
Right.
For the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
And
the ones
she
that
thinks
aren't working.
No, the ones that are the ones that are working, yes. But the ones that are not working should not get paid. And usually don't.
Right, but they're going to. They are.
That's not okay.
Well, I'm just telling you, they are.
Well, I just know that, like, by law, if you're a federal employee, you didn't get paid during a government shutdown, they're supposed to back pay you the entire amount. If you didn't work, and you scammed the system, you can go to jail if you get caught.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how many people are going to get away with the scam this year.
Probably a lot.
Unfortunately. There are a lot that do like to claim they worked when they really didn't. And again, it sucks, especially if you're a manager and you put in the info like someone worked and lie on a federal paper forms. You're lying to the government. Just because you were able to get your manager to agree, your manager and you both belong in jail. That's all I can add to it. But only the people who actually worked should be getting this back pay.
Go ahead.
When there's a shutdown, you're entitled to that money.
Yeah.
So
There's
this idea that they're giving in and giving this as a gift, it's not a gift. You know, I don't understand. So is he right that Americans wanted Democrats to keep fighting? You know, this would... And, you know, people will get rehired, supposedly, federal workers, and reinstate SNAP benefits, but a 50-50 chance of extending the subsidies, I don't believe it.
So I've been saying from the outset, I don't think anyone wins in a government shutdown, and I welcome this deal. And let me tell you why. So the fight over extending the Obamacare subsidies is about addressing 22 million Americans who are going to see their healthcare premiums skyrocket. I believe that's important. I'm with Marjorie Taylor Greene. I'm with Mike Lawler and a number of Republicans who believe we have to extend those for at least a year. However, in the interim, while the government remains shut down, 42 million people are losing SNAP benefits ahead of the holidays. So to me, we've got to hold out for those 22 million whose premiums are going to go up, but deny these people SNAP benefits in the meantime. That math doesn't math for me. I think adults need to get to the table and need to be willing to negotiate. And here's the other factor that wasn't mentioned here. Donald Trump has been pushing Leader Thune to nuke the filibuster, which would allow Republicans to reopen the government without needing a single Democratic vote to do so. Leader Thune didn't do that. He actually worked with a number of Democrats to come to this conclusion, which does get Dems some win, reversing those layoffs, as you mentioned, extending SNAP and WIC benefits through the end of 2026, also ensuring that the military and Veterans Affairs get paid, and guaranteeing this vote on Obamacare subsidies, which we'll see. But that is a much better deal than what could have happened if it was not reopened. And finally, Democrats are going to look like losers if they're just attacking each other in this. For some reason, Marjorie Taylor Greene was better at messaging the stakes of this shutdown, it feels like, than a lot of Democrats were. You have to give people the benefits they are entitled to under SNAP. You have to address the underlying issues of the crisis of healthcare in this country, but get government back working. No one can get anywhere. Flights aren't flying. The holidays are coming.
Yeah.
This is a welcome decision in my mind.
Point something out. There were no complete shutdowns at airports. I was talking with my ex-sister-in-law today, and she used to do Lyft to the Nashville airport, and she works down in Nashville. And she's telling me there's flights going in and out. It's just extremely reduced number of flights that are actually allowed to go, and a lot of international flights are a no-go altogether.
Mm-hmm.
So she exaggerated that right there. It's not that there are no flights.
Right. That's what they do.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, just going to correct that record right there. And by the way, my state gave everybody, or a majority of people, partial benefits on their food stamps. My state was smart about budgeting the money they were given from the federal government over the years.
If you lived here, you got 100% of it.
Yeah. Well, that's, again, Pennsylvania must have done something smart with their money in order to be able to do that.
I doubt that.
You doubt that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I live in a red state, so I'm pretty confident that they chose to budget wisely with the food stamps and keep a supply for emergency.
Let's be clear. The Republicans run the House. The Republicans run the Senate. The Republicans run the White House. The Republicans run the Supreme Court, as far as I'm concerned. This was a choice by Republicans to cut SNAP benefits. This was a choice by Republicans.
Again, they didn't cut SNAP benefits. It got put on hold. And it also gave the state plenty of time to find the corrupt freeloaders who really didn't actually deserve it and get them taken and kicked off of the system.
Right. What was it? It was either 23 or 27, where I have them reversed. States that did send in SNAP people, and the other one was states that did not. So it's either 23 or 27 or 27 and 3, I think.
Yep.
That submitted versus non-submittals. And you know why those other states didn't want to submit it.
Yeah.
They knew what was going to be found.
Uh-huh.
They do. Mm-hmm.
Yes, if you have a lot of people scamming the system who are getting benefits that shouldn't, then you need to fix your problem. Plain and simple.
Right.
I'm going to try not to interrupt it.
Republicans to cut ACA subsidies. This was a choice by the Republicans to gut the federal government and federal employment. Democrats had nothing to do with it. I want an...
Sorry, what was that?
I just said it's a choice that I don't watch The View.
I choose not to watch them as well. But, sorry, they actually, again, were using this to debunk some stuff. So... I'm going to breathe and keep my hair intact. I promise.
I haven't touched my head yet.
We're doing good then.
An opposition party. I think the Democrats caved. I think the Democrats let down the American people. And like you, Whoopi, I have absolutely no faith that the Republican Party will come to the negotiating table in good faith.
You know,
you do
you
have
do
to
something like
stop
this,
that
shame
one
on
crazy.
you the first time. You do.
Sorry, say that again.
Funny to hear her say it that way because that's exactly what we're saying
Yeah.
about them.
Uh-huh. Both sides
See
are
how
corrupt. I've been saying it from the get-go.
so how is it that you know you figure it out? Everything that Sunny is saying, we're saying. I don't trust the
Yes.
Democrats. I don't blame the Democrats. Huh.
I don't,
Oh,
and I don't like half the Republicans, or well, actually more than
right.
half.
Right. All right, I'll shut up.
No, I know we need to break it up and stuff, but yeah, it's just they say so many stupid things, and they don't realize that it's actually both sides that are royally fucked, not just one.
You do it twice, 3 times, 4 times. Shame on me. Shame on the Democrats for even believing that the Republicans will, even vote on it. There's no guarantee in this New Deal that there's going to be a vote. There's no even commitment to have a vote. So the bottom line is the Democrats went into this after a blue wave out of the American people saying we do want the opposition. We the working people want the Democratic Party to fight for them, and now they just caved and surrendered. I think Chuck Schumer, his days are over. And he cannot put that.
Well,
If
that's
he
a good
cannot
thing.
keep his caucus together, if he cannot keep his caucus
To a
together,
degree.
he needs to go. He needs to be replaced.
I completely disagree with you, Sonny, for this reason, what you rattled off. The Republicans run the executive branch, the legislative, the judicial, according to you. They have all the power right now. The problem here is it's a privilege to say our food's not affected, our health insured,
there are people in my family that receive SNAP benefits.
I'm not just saying, I'm not meaning family. We're all affected by, as we go out. But I'm saying right here to say it's a privilege that they don't have health care and now they don't have food. The people are struggling so much. Our food banks all week in our towns were at the food banks. We were delivering nonstop and we kept.
About the food banks. There were reports I saw on YouTube and a couple other places about people robbing food banks.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane.
Must be them same people that said they were going to go into Walmart and take what they wanted because, Thanksgiving
How
and all.
greedy. It's greedy to be that way. That is a very self-centered, narcissistic person to go and rob a food bank instead of just taking a fair share that is divvied out. And again, I'm not ashamed to say I've been to food banks more than once in my life. You don't go in and just take more than what is fair because there are other people hurting too.
Right.
And if you're so entitled that you think you have the right to steal or steal from a food bank or a Walmart or wherever just because they cut SNAP benefits because the government was fighting, there's something wrong. And I get it. Everyone gets hungry. And like I said, we're a working family and we budget the shit out of our food. There have been nights where I've only had a can of green beans for dinner because we were tight and paycheck was 2 days away. It happens when you're in the lower middle class. You get trapped. And we just suck it up and we make do with what we can get our hands on and what we can cook in the house. You know how many times we've had just plain old pancakes? Because all we had was the instant mix pancakes that you didn't need to add eggs or anything to except water. And that was dinner. I mean, I grew up in a frugal family, but I mean, thank God I did. I don't have that attitude of, oh, they cut off my benefits. I'm going to go steal stuff. Like, I think it's that part that gets me the most. Is food banks are trying to help everyone in the neighborhood, everyone in the community. And for people to go and disrespect it just takes me to a whole new level of pissed off. Okay, sorry. But I just wanted to add in for the sake, because like she's saying, the food banks were working overtime. They were running short. And now you got people stealing from food banks. So, let me hit play and shut up because I'm rambling.
Kept getting notifications. They're empty again. They're empty again. Opposition, people can vote in a blue wave and say, but opposition, when you have no power, is not helping us at all. They need food on the table. We need our flights back up in the air. The holidays are coming. People can't afford
Then
Christmas.
the Republican Party should have done it.
Yeah, but guess what? By doing this now, you open the government. We get our Arizona special elect.
Yeah.
Thank you. We get our vote on the Epstein stuff. And yes, thank you. I don't say her name right. Say it again.
Adelita Grijalva.
She will be sworn in because there are no more excuses.
And the Epstein files still won't get released.
But they'll have to take a public vote and go on record for not doing
care.
it. Sonny, I'm
The
just saying
voters
that's
do.
yeah, I care. But what you're saying about if they don't come through, fine. I don't have a lot of faith in them, but call them on their bluff. Let the American public know the Democrats did their best, and now they're saying enough is enough. People need food, they need health care. Anything that happens here that was promised and isn't delivered, completely on the Republicans.
Well, let me tell you, I'm one of those people who got caught in airport hell yesterday, but I don't even feel like I have a right to complain because I was going through TSA and there are people there who haven't gotten paychecks. And I could hear them say, because I was going through Miami International the afternoon, and they were talking about, oh my God, they're voting again. Our TSA workers, at the same time that they have the stress and responsibility of keeping us safe in the skies, are also having to be pending to CNN and whatever, vote results there are in Congress. That is ridiculous, and it is shameful. And I'll tell you what else is shameful. And I lay this on Donald Trump, because the one that has the biggest bully pulpit here is Donald Trump. He is the president of the United States, much to my chagrin, but that means he has the responsibility to lead, to convene Republicans and Democrats, sit them around a table and have them craft a deal. But you know what Donald Trump was doing this weekend? Same thing he was doing last weekend. He was at Mar-a-Lago at a fancy party. Last weekend, there was the Great Gatsby theme. This weekend, he was hosting another fancy party with towers of seafood and champagne. The president of Argentina was at the fancy party this weekend, dancing happily. You know why? Because Donald Trump bailed him out with $40 billion of your U.S. taxpayer money while he...
And I actually have to agree with her on this. Our money should not be going there. I don't know why we sent $40 billion to Argentina. Does anyone know why?
No, we probably should have looked it up, but
I have a problem with it. Why did we send $40 billion to Argentina?
well, before you have a problem with it, you have to know the reason, and we got to look that up.
Well, give me 2 seconds. Let me see what I can find. Let's do this.
Because all the other countries that we help out, I have a problem with all of that too. Again, you can't fix other places if your own home isn't fixed.
It's to help stabilize the country's economy. And to
And we haven't
prevent
done
a
that
wider financial crisis in the region.
Okay.
I'm sorry, is that our responsibility? I'm really curious. Is that our responsibility to help Argentina?
I've asked that question about all the countries. But see, when you start saying, well, this one deserves it, but that one doesn't, and then the party changes and that switches up, who makes the determination?
And I get, well, I want to say, I get the point, we don't want China swooping in and, supporting these countries. We want to make allies out of these countries, but at what cost?
Well, it's been going on, everybody.
Since the 70s or further back.
I know.
It's
yep.
I don't mean to be horrible, but right now our government's not even operating. We have people starving, and he sends $40 billion to Argentina. Yeah, okay, I have an issue with that.
Oh.
But he doesn't control Congress.
Probably he didn't write a check that day. They probably voted on. We'd have to know when it was all decided. You can't again, we need to know what we're talking about before we have a problem with it, right?
It was in October, the end of October of 2025. So as the shutdown was happening. Yeah. But again, she can't blame Trump for what's going wrong with the government shutdown. That is between the Senate and the House of Representatives. That has nothing to do with the president.
Correct.
So that's where she can't blame Trump. And what he does with his personal money and what parties he throws in his home, which is rented a lot as a party hall, you know, she can't blame him for that. But, you know, I highly doubt the government funded the party. I hope they didn't at this point, because we really just don't have that money. So, okay,
I would like to wait. You know, he does not take a paycheck. You do realize that?
Mm-hmm. But that still doesn't mean that the government didn't pay for the party to be hosted.
That's possible, but that's possible. But this stuff is probably planned out for quite some time, so I'm sure the checks were already given before this stuff.
Not from what the news report said. It happened in October after the shutdown.
After the shutdown, okay.
According to all news reports, this was announced and written and sent after the shutdown. Yeah.
I don't.
So
that sounds a little MSM, mainstream media. I'd have to look into that. But you just don't give $40 billion like that. He does not have a checkbook.
From PBS, Britannica, Politico, American Enterprise Institute. A lot of things are covering it. The New Yorker. Democracy Now, of course, is going to have a fit about it. But those are the main ones that popped up. I mean, I could just go through. AP News covered it. And this is just going by the date. Not whether it was good or bad, but by the date. It was in October.
And again, I'm arguing you do not write a $40 billion check that day. This was cut before that. He does not have a personal checkbook in his desk that he pulls out and goes, "Oh, here's $40 billion for you."
Well, we can look further into it. I'm just saying we can look further into it, but all reports are it was done in October.
By who? Him?
Yes, by Trump.
He wrote a check for $40 billion.
I don't think it's actually cash sent. I think it's probably going to be in payments. It's not going to be all at once. Hold on, wait a second. You know what? I'm reading closer. It says he offered $40 billion. Offered in October. So whether this went through or not, I still don't know. Actually, the more I'm reading this, I stand corrected. He's offering $40 billion to Argentina to help stabilize them. And it looks like the package consists of a two-part $20 billion currency swap, line finalized by the U.S. Treasury, where the U.S. would exchange stable U.S. dollars for volatile Argentina pesos, and that would be in two payments of $20 billion. But it has not actually been done yet. So they're even wrong. And I got wrapped up in it, but that can be said for a lot of things too. America did not bail them out despite all the headlines. It was offered. I stand corrected. I apologize. But even still, I stand with overall the concept of we should not be bailing other countries out. I don't think we should. especially from financial crisis. If we send them food, if we buy oil from them, fine. But we should not just be sending money to anybody. But it is a good thing we fact checked this as we went. Thank you for telling me to look it up.
No problem.
He refuses to fund SNAP benefits. And you know what we are doing with this deal? We are changing one group of suffering Americans, the federal workers and the SNAP benefits, for another one. Because people have no idea how much they're going to need to pay for health insurance. The premiums have already gone out, and they are up 100, 200, almost 300% in some cases. If people lose insurance, if people drop out of insurance, not only will it be the death of Obamacare, it will be the death of Americans, because people will not go get screenings, people will get diagnosed with later stages of cancer, and this will cost lives. And we must demand better, starting with Donald Trump.
And we're not going to get better, because with Donald Trump, the cruelty is the point. He does not care. This is a Republican.
That's not true. Why are they continuously saying Trump when it's the Congress that is holding all of this up? Do they not know how the separations of power work?
Yeah, they do know. It is TDS. And the more TDS that can get spread around the country, well, that's why we're split down the middle.
It's bullshit.
Republican choice. The last thing that I'll say about the federal workers, there's a 2019 law that requires the federal government to pay federal workers.
You must, it's the law.
It's the law. So the fact that the Democrats traded in their vote to get federal workers working again is ludicrous. Let the courts do their job.
No, it's to get SNAP benefits. People can't eat. People can't afford the holidays.
Well,
it's the right thing. People shouldn't be starving in America.
No, nobody should. Listen, this is a bitch we've had forever about people starving in America. This is the richest country in the world, and we are. Somebody had the nerve to write, "We're out of money." We're not out of money.
We're not out of money.
They didn't run out of money.
Wait, what do they mean we're not out of money? We're not out of money, but how big is our debt?
I ain't even going to venture a guess because I have no clue.
It's in the trillions, last I heard.
Right. Yeah, the trillions. I don't know. I thought you wanted the dollar figure.
Not the exact amount, just an estimate.
Shit. I couldn't even guess right now.
So, okay, but we're in debt, national debt, in the trillions. And they're trying to say we have enough money to deal with this shit for... We do not have the money to sustain paying everyone's medical, everyone's food, American citizen or not. Because there are too many people who literally live only off of... Oh, Vanilla says 38 trillion in debt. Thank you.
I was just looking it up. Thank you, Vanilla.
38 trillion. And thank you, Blue Rose. They called it a financial package to Argentina. That happened on October 20th. Okay.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
I said thank you.
Oh, I was just pausing because I lost my train of thought. But if we have a debt of 38 trillion, we obviously don't have that money.
Oh, yes, we do. Yes, we do. Didn't you see her? Whoopi said so. Yes, we do.
Once we're out of the red, we have that money. Like, oh my God, do they not know how accounting works? Oh, buddy. Okay, I'm going to shut up. There's only a minute and some seconds left. I promise I'm going to stop.
$30 billion to Argentina and gave tax breaks to the ultra rich.
I told y'all this was crazy. I told you it was insane. You know, and I'm watching the fact that people are starving in Africa, starving. That Darfur, there is a genocide. People are being massacred, and these clowns have not mentioned it once. They have said, we're not We're not sending out any money. We're America first, and yet we bailed out Argentina. We're messing with Viktor Orban. What the hell is going on in this country? What the hell is going on?
Donald
John
Trump
Fetterman.
is Nero playing the fiddle while America burns.
Well, America's not going to burn. America's hot, but she's
Oh,
not going to burn.
I can't.
Because you know why?
I gotta stop it. I can't.
I mean, America did burn, you dumbass. Oh, sorry.
No, go right ahead. Say it all you want. Let it out.
We did burn. We're
Yes.
The summer of
2020.
love
And
Summer
recently,
love.
California, Chicago, Portland, still burning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I guess they've been doing the job for so long. I just don't know how you could go on and do it every day.
I don't know.
No, and you know that at some point you now believe the lie. Because I don't know how you could go home and really believe this shit.
I don't know how they believe it either. I really don't. It doesn't make sense. Like, logic. And again, here they go saying we bailed out Argentina. It was offered, not completed. Offered, not completed. And yet they're making it sound like it was a done deal. I don't know. How stupid. You know what? I bet they're paid to say this, and they go behind the scenes and they're like, holy fuck, thank God this is over. We're done looking idiotic.
No, Janine Pirro was very good friends with Whoopi.
Oh.
And yeah, and once
Wishful
Janine
thinking on my part.
once Janine went to work at Fox, then that's when they turned on Janine.
Okay.
And she was actually on a show where they kicked her off the show, and her and Whoopi got into it.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Wow. Well,
but again, look at the numbers who voted for Mamdani.
Yeah, true. And that's their
Right?
targeted audience.
Right. Did they buy into all of this rhetoric that is being said here? Obviously. When you get to say stuff like, oh, yeah, it's Donald Trump's fault. Okay.
It's not.
I do believe the Dems are the one that didn't do the vote and all that. Didn't even show
It
up
makes my
to
head
work.
hurt.
Go
Just
figure, I don't
listening to
know.
the View, like, all of the Democrat stuff, like the insane ones. It just makes my head hurt. And I mean, I know I was having an allergy headache beforehand, but this took it to the top.
I know.
Like, damn. Wow. Just, wow.
Alrighty.
Time to pray
Is that
for
it?
America. Yeah, I say
Yes,
we did good. We ended up going like 2.5 hours total between the first part and this one, so.
All right. Well, dear chat, we appreciate you guys. If I didn't comment, I can't see you on the side, and I'm not reading just who said what in case I get it wrong. If I misgender anybody or say their name incorrectly, I don't want to get accused of that. Now I can see it. But don't forget, tomorrow we will be on at 4:30 Eastern Standard Time.
If
With
all
that,
goes
I'm
well.
done. Yes. And if not, we'll possibly have a video in the wings. If you don't see us, we'll catch you on. No, we won't, because Thursday a video will drop, and we'll see you on Friday. If you didn't understand anything that I just said, please go back and listen to the beginning where I list the dates and times.
Yeah, it's late. We're tired, medicated, exhausted. So
I haven't begun medicate yet, but I got that
Oh, I haven't
little
either.
thing tomorrow, so I'm gonna try to get to bed. So everybody, please don't forget to like, follow, comment, share, and subscribe, and join the Discord. Crazy B.
I'm finishing with my usual. Stay safe, stay sane, stay sober, and we'll catch y'all on the next one.
All right.